Omnitrix has a literal god inside it, but believe it or not, there were times when Ben Tennyson was completely outclassed, outsmarted, and left for dead. Today, we're counting down the top 8 villains who legally broke Ben's plot armor, showcasing the deep lore and dark moments where raw power wasn't enough. And wait till you see number 1, because Ben didn't even win that fight. Someone else had to sacrifice their entire humanity just to save his skin. So hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Before Vilgax became a recurring joke in the later series, his original debut in Ben 10 Classic Season 1, Episode 13, Secrets, was pure nightmare fuel. Ben thought he was unstoppable with 10 alien forms, but Vilgax showed up and treated Diamond Head and 4 Arms like cheap plastic toys because Ben had zero combat experience against a universal conqueror. Vilgax was physically immune to almost everything Ben threw at him, proving that the Omnitrix was useless without a strategy. Ben didn't win this with powers. Grandpa Max rammed the rust bucket straight through the hull of Vilgax's own warship, the Chimeran Hammer, and Ben finished the job by blasting Vilgax with a plumber weapon and escaping as heat blast just before the ship exploded with Vilgax still trapped inside. A brutal and costly victory that revealed Max had been an intergalactic plumber all along. What happens when you mix the powers of Ben's top 10 strongest aliens into one unstable, psychotic teenager? You get Kevin 11 in Ben 10 Classic Season 2, Episode 3, Frame, and this was anything but a fair fight. Kevin had absorbed all 10 of Ben's original alien DNA strands from an earlier fight, meaning he could shapeshift into perfect copies of 4 Arms, Diamond Head, XLR8, and more, acting as a walking cheat code with zero cooldown. Ben's single genetic copies stood no chance against a combined hybrid monster. Ben only survived because 4 Arms actually beat Kevin fair and square in hand-to-hand combat and walked away sparing him. It was that rejection that sent Kevin into a rage, mutating him into the true chimeric Kevin 11 form. Even then, Ben didn't finish him off. It was Lieutenant Steele's special alien containment team who shot him down off the Golden Gate Bridge. In Ben 10, Alien Forces Season 1 Finale, War of the Worlds, Ben got a brand new set of aliens, but the Highbreed commanders didn't care because these giant, arrogant plant monsters were physically superior to everything in the Watch. A single Highbreed commander could casually toss Humongosaur around, and Ben quickly realized that punching his way out of an entire Empire's extinction event was impossible. The tragic twist in the lore was that the Highbreed were actually dying out due to severe inbreeding, which drove their genocidal rampage. Instead of a physical fight, Ben had to literally use the Omnitrix's genetic repair function to rewrite the DNA of the entire Highbreed race, solving the crisis with genetic therapy instead of brawn. Ben 10, Omniverse introduced Khyber the Huntsman early on, a calculated villain who didn't want the Omnitrix. He just wanted Ben's head as a trophy, and he brought a dog equipped with the Nematrix to do it. The Nematrix contained the DNA of the natural predators of Ben's aliens, meaning that every single time Ben picked a form, Khyber's dog instantly turned into its biological counter, making it impossible to win when your opponent's entire biology is literally designed by nature to eat you alive. Ben was completely helpless on his own and constantly had to rely on Rook to bail him out of these organic death traps. Albedo was always a knockoff Ben until he built his new evolutionary stabilizer in Ben 10 Omniverses for a few brains more, which allowed him to bypass the standard Omnitrix restrictions and jump straight into ultimate forms without needing a base form. Ben was rocking the standard updated Omnitrix, which Azimuth built without the evolutionary feature because he deemed hyper-evolution too dangerous for the universe. Albedo didn't care about ethics, and when he went Ultimate Humongosaur or Ultimate Echo, Ben's standard aliens were statistically living in the past. Ben was fighting a losing battle against superior weaponized tech until he managed to exploit Albedo's massive ego. Malware is easily the most terrifying villain in Ben 10 history because he didn't just beat Ben physically, he gave him literal PTSD and changed the trajectory of his childhood in Ben 10. Omniverse's Showdown. Malware was a corrupted galvanic mechamorph who could mutate and absorb technology, meaning he didn't just fight the Omnitrix, he actively corrupted its system. In one of the most tragic and shocking moments of the franchise, Malware ripped Ben's favorite alien, Feedback, straight out of the Watch's coding and disintegrated the DNA right in front of him. Ben didn't just lose a transformation that day, he lost a piece of his identity, causing him so much trauma that he locked away his memories and refused to use his old favorite forms for years. Take the most dangerous warlord in the galaxy and inject him with the infinite cosmic energy of an extra-dimensional demon god named Dagon, and you get the monstrosity adversity Ben faced in the Ben 10 Ultimate Alien Season 3 finale, The Ultimate Enemy Part 2. Before that even happened, Ben's absolute trump card, Ultimate Way Big, was casually crushed by Dagon himself using Acid Rain, proof that raw cosmic power alone wasn't going to cut it. Then Vilgax betrayed everyone and absorbed Dagon's stolen godlike power for himself, becoming an even bigger threat with earth-shattering energy at his command. The power scaling here was completely broken, leaving the Ultimatrix totally useless against a being wielding a literal demon god's power. Ben only won because he picked up Sir George's Ascalon sword, a reality-warping weapon built by Asma to drain Vilgax's stolen godlike power back into the weapon. This brings us to Ultimate Aggregor in Ben 10, Ultimate Aliens, Ultimate Aggregor, and the Forge of Creation finale, the one fight where Ben Tennyson suffered an absolute crushing defeat with no silver lining. Aggregor successfully absorbed 5 insanely powerful Andromeda Galaxy aliens, turning himself into a flawless warlord with perfect defense, infinite energy, and earth-manipulating powers. Ben went Homungosaur, he went Ultimate. He used Gwen's magic and Kevin's brawn, but Aggregor didn't even flinch, walking right past Ben like he was a ghost. Ben lost this war, and the only reason Aggregor didn't achieve his goal of absorbing an infant celestial Sapien's infinite power is because Kevin Levin chose to absorb the Ultimatrix's energy, sacrificing his own human sanity to become a mutant monster again just to take Aggregor down, leaving Ben to watch his best friend ruin his life to clean up the mess. So yeah, the Omnitrix is cool, but these guys proved that even a hero with 1,000 faces can still get his clock cleaned when the stakes are high. Which villain do you think gave Ben the most trauma? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, you made it to the end of the video, so don't be a one-time viewer. Click that juicy red subscribe button right now for more crazy Ben 10 lore breakdowns. See ya!